Right, what is going on, guys? Man, I was gonna go on a ride today, but I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, it's not because I don't want to, because I want to. My body just achy and sore. Just gonna skip today. Not to mention it's late. I overslept, so I didn't get everything up and ready when I should have. Came back at 8, so I figured that was probably a good idea. And then I just started calling and making phone calls and starting to do other stuff. However, I do have some other stuff we gotta get done. First thing I gotta do is put the bike rack on the car. So yeah, this is a newish bike rack, and if you look, it's like I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't driven it with a bike on it yet, but I will today, I guess. I don't think it's gonna fall out of the back of fall out of the hitch. The bolt it gives you is literally a bolt that screws in to the mount, so the receiver is holding it on, and then still has the locking pin on the other side, like a regular hitch pin would. But man, it just shakes so bad, and I've tried shimming it down, and it just hasn't done anything. Like this itself is, like it's with weight back here, man. I don't know. Let's throw a bike on there and see, I guess. I'm not taking a bike with me. Actually, hopefully coming home with a bike, but let's throw a bike on it. See if maybe weight helps. I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm not sold on that. But in any case, we gotta get going anyway. So I'm gonna leave it how it is now, even though I'm not putting a bike on it right now. That way this top part here can kind of poke through the back window. Hopefully I can kind of see how bad it's bouncing when I'm actually driving on the freeway, and get sort of an idea on how bad it's gonna be. But I'm definitely not in love with this thing. I can tell you that much. I apologize if the lens is blurry or dirty. I just kind of noticed that, so I kind of cleaned it off the best I could. But I'm driving, so I'm not going to take my lens apart to clean it. I don't have anything to clean it with me, so there's that. Also, using the mirrorless camera again. I'm sure you can tell by now. Maybe I'll talk about why later. But so far driving, it's not really shaking around or anything. Like, it moved a little bit when I turned, but it seems to be doing kind of solid. So, I mean, that's a plus, I suppose. Yeah, like over those bumps that I just hit, you could tell it moved, but it didn't shake obnoxiously like I thought it would. I don't know, maybe it'll be alright. Anyway, we are headed to a bike shop to get parts for Hunter's bike, which used to be my old bike, the little green bike I had. I don't think it was ever on the channel. But yeah, I'm on my way to go get brake mounting hardware for that because I broke the last bolt in the hardware. I was using a bolt that I thought went to that bike, but it actually goes to my bike, my BMX bike, which is longer. And he was reeled it in. He's like, "Hey, like it's done. It's not going through." And you look, and like half of it's just getting out. I was like, "No, it ain't. It's got to go all the way in." So I started trying to force it in, and I snap a bolt, and then that's when I realized it was the wrong hardware. So we just left the bike shop. This is the broken part. And then he gave me these other ones for free. Because we're not sure if they're going to work, I guess. So he just gave them to me, which was super cool of him. Let's just take my keys out. I'm trying to find the other part so it doesn't fall. There we go. All right. So he gave me that one for free, so I felt kind of bad, so I bought something. So I ended up buying a chain tool for the BMX bikes, and I got a new chain because mine is falling apart and getting to the end of life. So I got them for the bike, my BMX bike. So now it's time to go back home and put all this stuff together. The bike rack's done really well, actually. Like it moves when I hit bumps, like you would expect something to move for, but like going down the freeway, it's been pretty straight and solid. So I'll pick up a bike now. So hopefully it's that same way when I pick up the bike. We'll see how that one does. Luckily I don't gotta drive on the highway or anything with the other bike. It's just down the road. So that will make me a little bit more comfortable. But I did bring my big bike lock. That the key falls out, just in case. I probably won't actually put it on. Now I've seen that, but I thought maybe if it was super shaky, it might be a little sketchy. So brought the bike lock just in case, so that it would like hold the bike to the rack at least. All right, well the bike rack actually did really well. Feel a lot better about it. And then the parts that the bike shop gave me for Hunter's bike, let's read one here, are not the right parts. I needed them for a U-brake, and they were for a V-brake. So nice of him to give me the parts. Unfortunately, just weren't the right ones, and he told me he wasn't sure. We knew they looked a little bit different. I didn't realize they were thinner or smaller diameter, or else I would have caught on to that, because the moment that I looked at it next to the other one, when I got home, I immediately noticed. That's alright. They were free. So Hunter is going to have to wait till tomorrow for me to find some, because I'm not driving all around town just for these brake mounts. Or brake posts, or whatever. But yeah, I got home and like Amanda was like right behind me. So I'm going to go inside and eat and relax and figure out where the rest of the day takes me.
Where we were at last time. What are you doing?
Nothing.
I look ugly. Don't record me. Ready? Close your eyes. Good job. I know. Head up. Good boy.
Alright, well tomorrow morning we're going to go look at a car or two to assist with the Durango in daily driver duties. And I'll get more into that later if that ever happens, or if this works out, or when that happens, or whatever. But I am bringing some tools with me, because I don't want to get burned when we buy a used car, particularly one that has some miles on it. Everything we're looking at is over 100,000. Most cars these days are good over that, knock on wood. But I still want to make sure. That's also when a lot of gremlins show up. So I just want to show you what I'm bringing with me to look. I'm bringing a little pocket screwdriver, just in case I gotta pop any tabs open or do anything. 1/4 inch, 10 millimeter. Bringing a deep one, just in case. Bringing a Bluetooth OBD scanner. That way we can check, make sure there's no codes on it currently. And then this is a multimeter. Likely won't need a multimeter, likely won't need anything other than a scanner. Oh, and a flashlight, but I carry a flashlight on me all the time anyway. Alright, so we just left a dealership. Okay, that is an error. And that was the weirdest experience I've ever had looking and test driving a vehicle. And it's like a small third-party dealership, so it's not some huge brand new car market or nothing. But we get there, I'm looking around the car, nobody comes out, nobody even knows we're there probably. I was able to look through all the doors, I was able to check engine, everything, nobody comes out, does anything. We go in, like, hey, we're interested in this vehicle. And they're like, all right, here's the keys, go take a look, come back if you want to drive it. Okay, still, nobody came out with us or nothing, so I go back out with my code scanner and I'm checking that out and looking at it and figuring everything out about it, and we go back, okay, we'd like to drive it. Okay, here's a plate. Be back in 15 minutes. What? You're not gonna come with or nothing to make sure I don't steal your car, or no? By the way, like, there's no GPS that I could find in it. It wasn't connected to the OBD port. I didn't see anything else under there when I was under that to plug in my code scanner. So I could have missed it, but I didn't see a GPS in the car. I don't know. It was weird though, and kind of nice. Like, it's just nice not having someone like watching over you as you're looking through a car. You just do your checks and do what you need to do, but at the same time, it's weird because it's just accustomed to being looked after, looked over, watched on, supervised. That's a good one. Yeah, I don't know, but we're waiting to hear back from some people, and then so now I'm going to the bike shop so that maybe this time I can get the parts I need for Hunter's bike. Alright, well, we're home finally. Didn't make a deal. The car we looked at, it was a nice car. It wasn't a car that I was in love with. It wasn't a car Amanda was in love with. It was just a nice car. It would have gotten done the things that we needed to get done. And we just couldn't make a deal. We drove around and kind of bummed around and went to various stores and just wasted time for a while, and they called and verified some stuff with us and said, yep, we're almost done. We'll call you in a few minutes and let you know when you can come back. And then an hour later, we haven't heard anything, so we go back, and they haven't done nothing, so I'm pissed. Amanda's pissed. And at this point, we have like an hour until we gotta leave to go get our kids from school. So I was like, hey, we need to hurry up, we need to get this done. So we started everything, and it was the point, like, I was literally moved to sit up as they called again. Like the bank needed to verify some information or whatever. They called again, which is what we were waiting for. And then they gave us the most insulting deal ever, and I said, nope, no deal, screw you, and we left. Didn't say anything to people at the dealership, we just got and left. Because that wasted literally our entire day. We started this process, we got to the dealership at 9 o'clock in the morning when they opened, we left around 10, and that's when the finance part started, and we didn't get a final answer until like 1:20-ish, 1:30-ish. And that wasn't like negotiating or anything, that was literally just like, will we give you the car? The price was good. I didn't want to really negotiate much on the price. It was good. maybe would have a little bit, but with how insulting their offer was, where they were trying to start, and the fact that it just took all day to do it, I was like, no, I'm not doing no. So we left. The part that's insulting is my credit's not terrible, and Amanda's is immaculate. So with the offer, there's no. I would rather walk everywhere than get screwed by a bank like that. So it's all right. And Amanda asked when we left, she said, and I was in a bad mood, which is why I didn't record anything. I was in a bad mood, and a lot of our entire day was wasted. There's other cars we could have talked to, other lenders and stuff we could have talked to. There's way more that we could have, cars we could have looked at. There's way more we could have done with our day, and we didn't because we wanted to stay close to the area because we thought it was going to be. Hang on, wife's calling now actually. Anyway, I remember where I was, but Amanda basically had asked, what's next. And I kind of said, nothing. I'm cool driving the Durango. The whole reason we're looking at another vehicle though is because the Durango's terrible in gas, and I never talked about what was going wrong. In my last video, or one of the last videos, or something, I mentioned the Durango was dead, or the Durango wasn't working. The PCM went out on it. And that's the second PCM in a year. Luckily it was warranted, so it didn't cost me anything. But, I mean, the thing gets hot idling, waiting for the boys to get out of school. It's terrible in gas, There's other work that needs to be done to it. And that's a car that ultimately I want to build bigger and better. And I can't do that when I gotta drive it daily. Or, with the weather starting to cool down, soon I'm gonna be parking the Jeep and fixing the air conditioning on it because it's got a leak somewhere. And we can't do that if Amanda can't drive to work, So it's just one of those things where we want a third vehicle to replace the truck because the truck did a good job of filling that gap. Even though Amanda didn't like driving it, she could. So I told Amanda, I was like, I'm done. I don't want to look at cars. I'm sure I'll probably start again eventually and find something, or try to find something. But I think I'm going to go and do my own financing first and see what I can do as far as that goes. Amanda and I do our financing, I should say. She's basically the one buying the car. And see how that goes and do it that way instead. That way, hopefully, we don't have this headache. We can go in, say, this is the car we want, this is what we want to pay, here's the cash. And then just go and do it that way. Thought going through a dealership might have been easier. It wasn't. Granted, it's a third-party dealership, but still, it wasn't easier. It's a headache, and it wasted our time, which ultimately just pissed me off and made me not want to do it anymore. So, you win some, you lose some, but that's where we're at with that one. Alright, well, it's Wednesday. Luckily today, I start late today. I have like a half day at work, which is weird. But I worked a longer shift on another day to make up for it, whatever, doesn't matter. It is nice though because I go in later and I'm off at my regular time. Kind of wish it was the other way around. However, this allows me time to stop at the bike shop on the way to work. So I'm at Unity Ride Shop right now. That's 9:50. They don't open till 10. So kind of just hanging out, waiting for them to open. That way I can go in and hopefully they have the part that I need. Because if not, then I gotta go to a different shop called Gordy's. Luckily they're on the same street, they're just further north in this direction. I gotta go anyway, but I also don't want to stop and go to a fourth bike shop to find this part. However, Hunter's not feeling good right now. That said, if he starts to feel better in the next day or two, we'll be going on a trip. Like a camp trip, kind of. And he wants to bring his bike, and that's great. I want him to bring his bike. Either way, I want him to be able to ride his bike once he does feel better. So I'm trying to get these parts, and I'm trying to get them soon because we have a trip this weekend. Yeah, kind of just hoping that he feels better, but either way, I'm going to try to get this stuff for him in case he does feel better. He can have his bike on the trip. Alright, well, I spent 45 minutes in that store. Feels like longer, but I got the parts I needed. It did some searching. The picture I had as reference wasn't a picture of the part that I actually needed. It was a picture that I found online of some. Apparently that wasn't the right ones, and I didn't even notice it till the guy pointed out. The guy's name is John, actually. He's a really cool guy, and I'm happy he's the one who helped me, because I've done business with him before with like the fingerboard stuff and whatever. Like, I know the guy, and he knows me, so that's cool. Anyway, yeah, so he started looking online to see if he can order them. Now, if he ordered them, I would need them here like tomorrow or Friday to have them in time, like Friday morning, Friday. And we started talking and stuff, and he pointed out that the ones that I have were wrong. Well, he didn't tell me they were wrong because he doesn't know what I actually need, but he pointed out the differences and stuff. I was like, oh wait, no, I just noticed that, I ain't got that. So we pulled out some other ones, which are these ones right here, and those are the ones I need. I'm like 95% sure those are right. So when I get home tonight, I'll throw them on the bike and make sure they work. And if they do, fantastic, I have some that work. If they do not, well, I tried. If they don't, then I'm probably gonna spend all day Friday with the bike with me, running around trying to find the parts, and just bring the bike into the shops and be like, hey, this is what I need, make it work. So hopefully I don't have to do that, but if I have to, I will. So yeah, I'm heading to work, and then I will update y'all hopefully when I get home if they work or not. Hopefully, and I say hopefully because that means nothing else exciting happens today. Alright, well, next day actually, but brakes worked, bike's done. I gotta test ride it still, do that later tonight because I gotta work in like 3 minutes. But yeah, that's done. Everything should be ready for that bike. And then on the trip, I will be taking the shred sled, the old mountain bike, because it's gonna do better. Hunter just doesn't have a mountain bike that fits him, or else I would have him bring one of those. But he should still be able to have fun on the other bike, hopefully. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this video though. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next one.